stop spending an absolute fortune on protein powders and ridiculous expensive meats. Seriously, what if I told you that you're probably throwing away half of your daily protein without even knowing it? Today, in this explainer, we're diving into some incredible insights from DietVibe US. I am revealing 10 secret kitchen hacks that are going to literally double your protein intake for zero extra cost. Let's get right into it. It sounds completely crazy, right? But it's true. Most of us are quite literally tossing valuable muscle fuel right into the trash or just pouring it down the drain, simply because we don't know it's there. Okay, let's dive into this because once you see these hacks, you are never going to look at your kitchen scraps the same way again. Here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll talk about how to stop wasting your protein. Then, we look at liquid gold and hidden powders, followed by volume and cooking tricks. After that, smart kitchen swaps, and finally, smart protein on a budget. Section 1. Stop wasting your protein and the high cost of missing out. Moving into Section 2. Liquid gold and hidden powders. Stop pouring your gains down the drain. All right, hack number 1. You know when you open a fresh container of yogurt or dye and there's that clear liquid pooling at the very top? Your first instinct is probably to just pour it right down the sink. Well, stop right there. That clear liquid is pure whey protein. It is literally free muscle fuel. So instead of dumping it, just stir it right back into the yogurt. Or, hey, if you're baking, use it to knead your dough for rotis. It's a total game changer. And that brings us to hack number 2. We call this lentil dust. Take your dry lentils, your dal, and dry roast them in a pan for just about 2 minutes. Then blend them up into a super fine powder. You can add a spoonful of this hidden powder right into your regular flour or your gravies. The absolute magic here is that you won't taste it at all, but you just boosted your meal by a solid 10 grams of protein. Hack number 3 builds on this beautifully: chickpea cream. A lot of us absolutely love heavy cream or mayo in our sauces, right? But let's be real, they are super heavy on fat and offer basically zero protein. So try this instead. Take a handful of boiled chickpeas, blend them into a nice, smooth paste, and add that right into your pasta sauce. It replaces heavy cream perfectly. It makes your sauce thick, incredibly creamy, and wonderfully packed with plant-based protein. So the really crucial point to take away from this first section is this: never, ever drain your yogurt whey. Start blending those roasted lentils into your flour for an invisible protein boost. And definitely swap out heavy dairy for blended chickpea cream. These 3 tiny adjustments instantly extract so much more value from the foods you already have sitting in your pantry. Now for Section 3, volume and cooking tricks. Maximizing your meals. Okay, hack number 4 is a massive viewer favorite over at DietVibe US. We call it the egg white stretch. Here's the deal. Whenever you cook a standard whole egg, simply add 2 extra egg whites to the pan. What happens? You get double the physical volume on your plate and double the protein, but for almost the exact same amount of calories. It is seriously the ultimate trick for volume eating. Hack number 5 brings us another fantastic, sneaky boost of 5 to 7 grams of protein. How? It's the fluffy oats secret. While you're cooking your morning oatmeal, wait until the last 2 minutes of cooking and vigorously whisk in 1 single egg white. Now, I know, it sounds a little strange if you've never tried it, but trust me on this. It makes the oats incredibly voluminous and so fluffy. You get that extra 5 to 7 grams of protein, and I promise you it absolutely does not alter the flavor of your sweet oats. No egg taste whatsoever. Hack number 6 is all about texture and satiety. When you're cooking high-protein vegetarian staples like chickpeas or paneer, you basically have a choice in your method. You can boil them, which leaves them a bit less dense, or you can roast them. Always, always opt for roasting. Roasting completely changes the structure. It makes the texture much denser, meaning it becomes significantly more satiating. So you actually feel fuller on the exact same amount of protein. Moving on to hack number 7, seed power. Don't toss out those pumpkin or watermelon seeds. So many of us buy pumpkins or melons, scoop out the insides, and immediately throw those seeds straight into the garbage. We've got to stop doing that. Instead, just dry roast them with a little bit of salt. Once roasted, they transform into an incredibly crunchy, high-protein snack that you basically just got for free. Let's do a quick recap of these volume and cooking tricks. Add 2 egg whites to every whole egg. Whisk an egg white right into your cooking oats. Choose roasting over boiling for paneer and chickpeas. And always salt and roast those leftover melon and pumpkin seeds. These are fantastic, easy ways to visually expand your plate's protein profile and totally trick your brain into feeling much fuller, much faster. Section 4. Smart Kitchen Swaps. Trading up your ingredients. All right, hack number 8 is the yogurt swap. Now, what's really interesting here is the sheer mathematical impact of this one single choice. Mayo or sour cream gives you super high calories with very minimal protein. But if you swap that out for thick Greek yogurt in literally every single recipe, your sandwiches, your dips, your salads, this one change can easily save you 200 calories and add a massive 15 grams of protein to your day, just from that one easy swap. Hack number 9 focuses on something called pulse broth. When you're boiling your lentils or beans, the standard practice is usually to use just enough water or to just drain away the excess down the sink. Instead, I want you to use extra water on purpose. That leftover liquid is pulse broth, and it is incredibly rich in nitrogen and amino acids. You can drink it straight as a warm, comforting soup, or use it as a super flavorful, high-protein liquid base for your next meal instead of just using boring, plain water. And finally, hack number 10 is all about peanut butter thinning. Look, peanut butter is delicious, and it definitely has good protein, but it is heavily calorie-dense. So instead of just globbing thick peanut butter onto your food, try this sequence instead. Take 1 tablespoon of thick peanut butter and vigorously whisk it with a little warm water and a squeeze of lemon juice. This thins it out into this really beautiful dressing. It covers way more food, giving you that exact same great flavor and protein hit, but with just a fraction of the calories you'd use if you spread it on thick. To lock these in, here are your final 3 smart swaps. Make Greek yogurt your absolute go-to instead of mayo or sour cream. Save and drink that amazing nutrient-rich pulse broth. And thin out your peanut butter with water and lemon to make it go so much further. These swaps effortlessly shift your daily macros in the exact right direction. Section 5. Smart protein on a budget. Let's wrap it all up. This perfectly illustrates the core philosophy from the DietVibe US sources. Hitting your protein goal doesn't have to be expensive. It just has to be smart. Seriously, so many of us are leaving nutritional value on the table, or worse, just throwing it right in the bin. By reclaiming this lost muscle fuel from our own kitchens, we take total control of our health and our grocery budgets. So the crucial point here is action. Think about it. Are you actually fueling your body every day, or are you just fueling your garbage bin? Hitting your protein goal doesn't have to be expensive. It just has to be smart. Which of these 10 hacks are you trying tomorrow? Is it the invisible lentil dust, the fluffy oats? Let me know down in the comments. And hey, if you want more ways to lose weight on a budget, hit that subscribe button for DietVibe US. Stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next explainer.